People, so this is the part 2 of the vlog where I'll be talking about the accommodation job. So yeah, stay tuned. So the next thing we're going to talk about is accommodation. Now this is arguably the most important thing because you have to live there, and basically everything depends on it. So I have some points written over here, and so there are two places that you can live. One is in the city and second is in the suburbs. So when you talk about the city is a little expensive than suburbs. So it averages from $155 to $250 per week. Now it can go beyond that, and you can find cheaper rates as well. Now, so you're living in the city, so everything is nearby. You don't have to think twice before going grocery shopping. You don't have to think twice if you want to go somewhere, if you want to go buy something, if you want to go shopping. Everything is nearby you. All outlets are nearby you. All shops are nearby you. And so yeah, if you're living in the city, everything. So your expenses on public transport will be next to nothing. Only if you want to go somewhere like to the beach or something like that, then only you will be using public transport. Now if you're living in the city, you can't own, you can own a car, but it will be very expensive because what I've heard is that parking is very on a first come first serve basis and can cost from $18 per day to maybe $35 per day as well. So people who live in the city usually don't own a car. So if you're looking to buy a car as soon as you come here or in the coming 2 to 3 months, you should live in the suburbs. Now people choose to live in the city because the jobs are nearer to you. So there's a whole Rundle Mall here, there's a whole Chinatown market here, everything is there. So you can basically apply. So in a span of 1 to 2 kilometers, there are 3 subways. So that is just an example that I'm giving you, that more jobs are nearer to you. Many fast food chains, basically all fast food chains are in the city, and they have multiple locations in the span of 1 to 2 kilometers, like I said. So jobs are nearer to you, and if you're here on a student visa, then your university will be at a walking distance. So that is about the city. When we come to the suburbs are cheaper now. It ranges from $120 to $200 per week. As I said, it can go beyond that and less than that as well. Now you're living outside the city, so basically suburb areas are from 5 to 20 kilometers away from the city. So basically just keep in mind that whenever you're coming to the city, you're basically living 5 to 20 kilometers away from the city. Now if you're thinking of owning a car as soon as you come here or in the coming 3 to 4 months, like I said, then you should live in a suburb area because parking is free in a suburb area. You can just park outside your house, or most probably every house has their own parking or garage. So the second thing is, if you're not thinking of owning a car, then you will be using the public transport. So on an average, it will take up to 15 to 40 minutes one side for you to come to the city. If you get a job in the city, if you have to come for university at least 2 times a day, at least 2 times a week. So when you're coming to the university, it will take around 15 to 40 minutes on an average to come to your university. So yeah, it can be convenient. It cannot be convenient as per the job sector. So I'm not saying that outlets are not in the suburb area. You will find Coles, Woolworths in the suburb areas as well. Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, all fast food chains, all grocery stores are in the suburb areas as well. But it depends on which suburb you choose and what location, where is your accommodation located. So that is about suburb areas, and I personally chose to live in the city because where I live at Urban Est, so it is a little expensive. But if I calculate everything, for example, there's a gym in my accommodation as well, and as a cricketer, I would have joined a gym anyway. So the cost of my gym is being saved as well. Second thing is that my university is a 6-minute walk from my accommodation. The job that I'm working at is a 1-minute walk from my accommodation, and my training where I go for the cricket club that is a 900-meter walk from my accommodation. So I can just walk everywhere, and I don't have to carry my kit like I did on the first day. So that is why I chose to live in the city, because yeah, the difference after I calculated everything, there was just a difference of $5 per week. When I talk about jobs, I'll talk about some prerequisites, because for you to get a job, you have to apply for certain things. So the first is a TFN, which is a tax file number. You can apply it for free, and so there are many websites which will prompt you to pay at the end. But I will include some links that are like the Australian government website, where you can apply for a TFN for free, because there is no fee for applying for a TFN. So it is said that you generally get your TFN in 28 days, but I've talked to people and they've told me that they've gotten their TFN number in even 12 to 13 days. So yeah, you get it by post, and so make sure that whenever you're filling your TFN, whenever you're filling the application for your tax file number, you are at your permanent address, because it will get posted to you and not get emailed or anything like that. So make sure that you put in your permanent address, permanent email ID, permanent mobile number, because if that changes, you will have to update everything. Second is an ABN, which is an Australian business number. Australian business number is needed if you are thinking of doing Uber Eats, Deliveroo, Menulog and all of that. And an ABN is also needed if you are thinking of getting into a cleaning job, and it is an Australian business number, so it is required for many other jobs as well. But if you're working with for example McDonald's or Subway or something like that, they will employ you on TFN. So ABN, you can get it in 2 minutes. So as soon as you fill up your application, you get your ABN number instantly. I'll include the link for the same. Third is the resume. So third and fourth are the you have to work on them simultaneously. So third is the resume and fourth is the cover letter. So what I did was, there's a very popular site here called Seek, and I downloaded their templates, like their resume template and their cover letter templates, and put in my details. So my basically got the templates and put in my details in the template itself, and I've been applying to jobs with the same template. So yeah, these are the 4 things that are prerequisites before actually applying for jobs and thinking of getting a job. So yeah. So the next thing that we talk about is jobs. Now I personally know that jobs are very important, because in the first few weeks when I came here, I got a little dejected, because I could only see money going away from me, and so yeah, I could just see my bank account getting debited, because there's a lot of payments, there's a lot of expenses that you have to make in the first few weeks. So yeah, I got a little dejected and I started looking for jobs as soon as possible. So when we talk about jobs, so networking and references go hand in hand, and are the most, from personal experience, I think both of them are the most important things in securing a job, because I'll tell you how I personally got my first job. So I was traveling randomly, and I saw a girl working. I approached her, started talking to her, and asked her basic questions: where was she from, what was her name, what all, basically her job description. So what all she has to do in that. So it was a cleaning job, and when we talked for 3 to 5 minutes, and then at the end of the conversation, I just asked her if I could get the same job as her. She was kind enough to give me her manager's number. I called her manager in front of her as soon as possible, and yeah, just contacted her. She asked for some of my documents, and yeah, that is how I landed my first job. Fortunately, it was a legal job, and I was getting paid the minimum wage rate, so that was fortunate. But yeah, basically networking, references, these go hand in hand, because I told her manager that I got your number from XYZ. That is why I got the job basically. And one thing that I've seen in myself that is a positive change, that is that I can go up to someone and talk to them instantly. I wouldn't have done this when I was back in Delhi. I couldn't have done this because I didn't have the self-confidence. But for the amount of days that I've been in Adelaide, for the amount of days I've been in Australia, I can just instantly go up to anyone and start a conversation, talk to them, ask questions. And the most vital thing that you can do is just listen to them, because everybody wants you to listen to them. They want to be heard. So yeah, that is one thing that I'm doing. Like, even when I go, just talk to somebody, take their number. You can make valuable friendships. You can help them out. They can help them out in the future. Like, I have gotten interviews for certain jobs when I put them as my references. So yeah, references, networking, talking to people is very important. Third is job websites. Now, job websites are like Seek, Indeed. I know a couple of my friends that have applied through Seek and have gotten an interview. Hopefully they get their job. But yeah, I know a couple of friends who have basically gotten an interview through Seek, and hopefully they get that job. So Seek, Indeed, Gumtree, Facebook. There's a lot of groups on Facebook that post jobs, that a cleaner needed, for example, and they are legal jobs. Some are legal jobs, some are cash jobs. So just keep in mind that you want to do legal jobs, and yeah, go for them. Fourth are company websites. So company websites and walk-ins go hand in hand. So what I was doing was, I printed out my resume, like the one-page resume, and I was going to stores and handing them out. After handing out 2 to 3 resumes, a person at Kmart told me that yes, what you're doing is right, but at the end of the day, it will not be beneficial, because you have to apply through the career portal of different organizations. So Kohl's has a career portal, Woolworths has a career portal, Kmart has a career portal, McDonald's has a career portal. So make sure that when you're giving in your resume, because obviously that is easier, when you're giving in your resume, you tell them, like, you apply online as well, and you tell them that you applied online, so that they can search for you in their database. So applying through company website, I have gotten an interview through applying at a company website also. So yeah, all of this that I'm speaking is from experience, my own experience. So yeah, company websites and walk-ins go hand in hand, networking and references go hand in hand. And I personally don't have much experience with job websites, but yeah, I would recommend all these 5, and I would recommend just being proactive. Like, in the first few weeks, if you land a job in the first few weeks, that is the best thing that can happen to you in the first few weeks, because getting a job as soon as possible before your university starts, I think it will be great for you, and you can actually start paying out your rent through your salary, start paying out your groceries, and the amount of money that you've got from India or from any other country that you're coming from, that you can actually save, and it will just be with you, and you can make sure that you pay out your rent, your groceries, everything with your salary. I would say just being proactive and landing a job in the first few weeks is very important. So yeah, thanks. That was about it for the video. I tried to include everything that I could think of and like research about, because these 2 points I think are the most important, and I tried to include everything what I experienced, and what I've heard from people, people when I've talked to them. So yeah, I tried to include everything, and just an FYI that everybody's financial situation, everybody's routine, everybody's priorities are different. So don't take this as a straitjacket solution or anything. You figure out, at the end of the day, you have to figure out on your own, according to your own circumstances. So yeah, this is just a basic framework, but yeah, you have to make your own decisions. So yeah, all the best, and yeah, more videos coming your way. Some cricket videos that I've planned and I'm going to shoot. So yeah, like, share and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.